Hello everyone, and welcome to Ava Learns English. My name is Ava. Today, we are going to talk about a problem that many English learners face silently, especially in India. How to improve English fluency at home without a speaking partner. If you are listening to this, there is a high chance you have said this sentence before. I don't have anyone to practice English with. And, because of that, you feel stuck. You feel like your English is not improving. You feel like fluency is impossible alone. Let me say this very clearly at the beginning. You do not need a speaking partner to become fluent. What you need is the right approach. Most learners believe fluency comes from conversation only. So when conversation is missing, they feel helpless. But fluency does not start with conversation. It starts with comfort in your own mind. Now let's understand why this problem feels so heavy. At home, you are relaxed. You are safe. You are yourself. So your brain automatically switches to your mother tongue. English feels unnecessary. You think, why should I speak English at home? No one is listening. It feels artificial. And slowly, English becomes something you use outside, not something you live with. This creates a gap. You may understand English well. You may know vocabulary. But when you go outside and try to speak, words don't come naturally. Why? Because English was never part of your daily thinking. It was always external. Now another important thing. Many learners think fluency means speaking fast, or speaking without pauses, or speaking like native speakers. That belief creates pressure. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is flow. And flow is built in silence, long before conversation. This is where home practice becomes powerful, but only if you know what to do. Most learners don't. They sit at home and think, I should practice English. But practice feels unclear. So they either read something, watch videos, or do nothing. None of this builds fluency directly. Because fluency is not built by consuming English. It is built by using English actively, even when no one is around. Now let me say something very important. Being alone is not a disadvantage. It is actually an advantage. Because when you are alone, there is no judgment. There is no fear. There is no pressure. You are free to make mistakes. And mistakes made in private build confidence in public. But most learners waste this opportunity. They wait for a partner. They wait for a class. They wait for the right time. That waiting delays fluency. Now, let's talk about mindset for a moment. You don't become fluent by practicing English sometimes. You become fluent when English becomes part of your routine. And routine does not require another person. It requires consistency. Now think about this honestly. At home, your mind talks all day. You think about work, food, plans, problems, emotions. That inner voice is constant. But it happens in your mother tongue. So English never gets a chance. If you change that inner voice slowly, fluency begins automatically. This is the awareness most learners miss. They try to speak English out loud first, without changing their inner language. That's why speaking feels forced. Now another common belief. Many learners think, if I speak English alone, I'll learn wrong English. This fear is unnecessary. You are not creating new grammar rules. You are using what you already know. And usage is better than silence. Correction can come later. Confidence must come first. Now pause and reflect. You already know more English than you think. but it is inactive. Inactive knowledge feels like no knowledge. Our goal is not to learn more English right now. Our goal is to activate the English you already have. And the best place to activate it is at home, in privacy, in comfort, without fear. That is why this topic matters so much. Once you understand how to use English alone, speaking with others becomes easier automatically, because your brain is already used to English flow. In the next stage, we will move from understanding to clear, practical ways to improve fluency at home, step by step, without depending on anyone else. Now, let's move from understanding to action. If you want fluency at home without a partner, you need structure, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Structure stays. So we'll build fluency using simple, repeatable steps that fit into your normal day. The first step is self-talk. This is the foundation. You don't need to speak loudly. You don't need long sentences. You only need to describe what you are doing. For example, I'm getting ready. I need to clean this. I'll do this later. I'm feeling tired. These are real thoughts. You already think them every day. The only change is the language. This trains your brain to connect English directly to daily life. No translation, no pressure, just habit. The second step is thinking in short phrases, not full sentences. Fluency does not come from long speeches. It comes from flow. So use short, natural phrases. Let me see. That's fine. Not now. Maybe later. I'm not sure. These phrases are powerful because they don't need planning. Your brain learns to respond quickly, and speed reduces fear. The third step is reading aloud, but correctly. Don't read everything. Read small, useful pieces. For example, a short paragraph, a few sentences, a dialogue. Read slowly. Read clearly. When you hear your own voice in English, your confidence increases. You are teaching your brain. This sound is normal. That's important. The fourth step is listening with response. Don't just listen passively. When you hear a sentence, pause and respond. If a video says, "We'll discuss this tomorrow," you respond, "Okay, that works. Sounds good." This creates imaginary conversation, which is very powerful. You don't need a partner. When your brain learns to respond automatically, the fifth step is daily repetition. Fluency is not built by learning new things every day. It is built by repeating simple things daily. Pick 5 sentences, 5 phrases, or 1 situation, and repeat it throughout the day. Repetition removes hesitation. Now let me address a common fear. Many learners think, if I practice alone, my mistakes will become permanent. This fear is not true. Mistakes made in isolation are safe mistakes. They build comfort. Correction can always come later, through videos, teachers, or exposure. But confidence must come first. Now let's talk about routine, because this is the key. You don't need hours. You need moments. Morning. I need to wake up. I'm getting late. Afternoon. I'll finish this. I need a break. Evening. It was a long day. I'll relax now. Night. I'm done for today. Tomorrow will be better. This is not practice time. This is life in English. And life-based learning always works. Now let me say something very important. Fluency does not mean you never pause. Fluency means you don't panic when you pause. Pauses are natural. Thinking is natural. Confidence is not speed. Confidence is comfort. If you can speak calmly alone, you will speak more easily with others. That is guaranteed. Let me slow this down and say it clearly. You don't need a partner to improve fluency. You need consistency. You don't need perfect English. You need active English. You don't need pressure. You need daily use. This is Ava from Ava Learns English. If you want to speak English confidently outside, start using English comfortably inside your home. One sentence at a time. Every day. That's how fluency grows. Quietly, naturally, permanently.